Hello everyone and welcome to a strange episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I am still your yarn host Jennifer, and I am still mid tutorial, but we are making progress. You guys excited? I am in the home stretch because I've shown in the tutorial how to do everything, including the straps, but I just need to make the second strap and add length onto the bottom. Unless I just want it to be a little booby top, but I think this is turning out absolutely stunning. I'm actually enjoying the tutorial today. Nope, I need to make the strap. Which means I need my second ball of yarn. I don't know what the heck happened there. That is a defect in my yarn. Today has been an interesting day. We're going to do this blog style again, and I am sitting on the couch with my feet up currently because I've been filming a tutorial all day. We got through school. School was good. I put dinner in the crock pot, which the crock pot is taking forever to cook. And I realized I have been filming so much today I don't actually have anything recorded for tomorrow. Nope, I need to do this on the back. So, I thought since I'm still crocheting, I'm trying to get this done so I can now film the intro and the outro for the video and show you what the finished shirt looks like. I'm going to sit here and work on this and kill two birds with one stone. And I am going to, of course, we're going to crochet and have a little chitty chat. Now, the most exciting part of my day today has been having to stop recording because the neighbors are screaming in the front yard. Just screaming. I also passed on some yarn to someone to thank them for something. Oh, I'm supposed to be counting. Hang on. I'm supposed to be counting these stitches. And yeah. So there was that, but I don't know if their voices are actually going to pick up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know if their voices are going to pick up on the camera because it was loud enough I had to stop filming. They're screaming. You always accuse me of doing stuff I'm not doing. Fun times. Gotta love this neighborhood. Speaking of this neighborhood, in the city of Fredericksburg, surrounding kind of where I live, we've had a very exciting week this week. One of the elementary schools had a lockdown because a third grader brought a gun to school and it fired. A third grader. His parents both got locked up for a felony and a misdemeanor charge. One of the charges was not properly doing something with their gun, and the other charge was the actually child getting hold of the gun and firing it or something along those lines. And then yesterday we had a mass shooting right by St. Vincent de Paul that I've talked to you guys about. It was right up the road. Right up the road. Teenagers, ages 15 to 18. It was a gun sale / robbery gone wrong. 15 to 18-year-olds. 3 dead, 3 sent to the hospital. Absolutely heartbreaking to hear stories like that. And then today, so the past 3 days have been fantastic. Today, there's an airplane crash in our county. Oh, and last week, really sad story. Down by our fishing pier, which is in our downtown area, I really should be counting these stitches, but it'll work out. A father took his 6-year-old boy fishing, and from the story, the boy fell in the water and the dad tried to jump in and save him, and when 9:45 or something rolled around and they still hadn't returned home, the mom called the police or the sheriff, and the sheriff went to go search and found them right off the dock. They had both passed away. So, there's been a lot of scary things happening this past week, and I'm noticing in this area there's a lot more things like that happening. And I know that that happens as a city grows and more people move into the city, and it's just sad. So, I mean, if you pray for the people involved. Even the criminals that were doing the bad things, and the big shooting occurred. 3 families have lost a life of someone they cared about. And 3 more people are in the hospital, and that's a lot to deal with. And then a couple people, including I think one of the people in the hospital, are going to have charges. So, like I said, there's a lot going on in my city right now, my county. Because I'm not quite in the city. I'm like off of that. I'm like just outside the city, but it's not far enough away from my house for it not to feel like it's affecting us. And can I tell you, when I heard about the 3rd grader bringing a gun to school, all I could think of is, thank God I'm homeschooling my kid. RJ was here, and he was here, and his dad was worried when he heard about the shooting and asked if RJ was okay. He's all, yeah, I didn't know what was going on. And so he's here. He's all, I really thought where I lived was bad, but this is ridiculous. And in the past, I don't know, the past year or so, there have been so many people in the school district that I am currently in being arrested for drug charges, sex offenses, abusing children. And now the gun thing, it's all too close to home for me. And I know you can't escape it, but this feels like I'm back in Detroit. Like, this is the kind of stuff I grew up with. I don't want to live by this. And I know you're going to get stuff no matter where you live. Like, evil lives everywhere, but it's just a lot. It's a lot. Like I said, though, now that I'm done filming the tutorial part of this, I didn't say that yet, but I changed my thought mid-sentence. Now that I'm done filming the tutorial, a part of this has now become a joy project because, I love this yarn. I love the way it looks. I love the way it feels. I am loving the way the top is turning out. I even made an alteration mid-tutorial, so I'm excited. Are you guys excited to make this with me? I'm going to make another one as soon as I'm finished with this, but I'm going to use like this super thin cotton sprout. Also, something happened to me this morning. You guys know I'm working on the blue shawl, which is right here. I'm surrounded by yarn currently, okay? And Ponyo's on that side. I know they're not supposed to be on the couch, but I let Ponyo on the couch. Ponyo's on that side of me. Oreo's over here. Bentley's probably outside. Scarlett's in the giant doggy bed. Ponyo came and interrupted me mid-tutorial because her mom is at work. Her mom's out there making that money, honey. Oh, remind me to tell you about the shawl because I'm going to forget. She comes in there. She's whining at me, and I was like, what, baby? And she whines and whines and whines. And like I said yesterday, I put a chair next to me so that if the dogs come and need some affection, they come sit on the chair. And I took the cutest pictures of Ponyo. I'll try to put them at the end. Because she got up on me as if to say, stop crocheting. I need affection right now. And she put her little head right here. She's the sweetest dog. And I was giving her kisses on her head and giving her scratches. And then she was perfectly happy. And then I finished filming the tutorial. And I was able to come in here. And now she's happily laying right there. Just as cute as can be. I don't know if I can turn you guys because this is on a janky tripod. Look at that little baby. Ponyo. She's all, no, I'm sleeping, Grammy. She just needed that attention. She had been alone for too many hours today. She wasn't alone. I mean, Lucas is here. Juju hasn't been gone for work that long. And her Uncle Bentley is her favorite dog in the whole world. He plays with her all day long. Because they're only 2 years apart. Miss Oreo, who I'm going to show you, but there's a pile of laundry behind her. Oh, right there. Turned 11. She actually turned 11. I don't know when she was actually born, but we got her on April 4th. So we count that as her birthday. So she's 11 years old now. And she just does not have time or energy to deal with the younger puppies. Don't get me wrong, she absolutely plays with Ponyo. She tries to get on Ponyo's back, which is funny because she's twice the height of Ponyo. But she wraps her front paws on Ponyo's back and like plays with her that way. It's really funny. She almost looks like she doesn't know what she's doing, but she knows how to play. Like, and what's really strange is when we got her, because my memory showed up. When we got her brother, who was Day Day, he was the love of our lives. He was such a good dog. He looked kind of like Bentley, but he was 100% American Staffordshire Terrier. He was a big, beautiful baby. He was 100 pounds. He was a big, muscular, just gorgeous dog. He was 11 when we got Oreo, and it was just funny because I'm like, she's 11 and we got Ponyo. And what happened when we got Oreo is Day Day was kind of slowing down. He was just kind of lazy. He wasn't necessarily sick, but like 11 is old for a Staffordshire Terrier. And the suspected age for those dogs are like 10 to 12 years. Generally, he lived to be 15, almost 16. And when we got Oreo, like it perked Day Day up. He was a ball of energy for a while, and they would run around the backyard and play, and they were best friends. And when he passed away, Oreo was absolutely devastated. She wouldn't eat. She didn't want to be outside of the room from us. I had to sit on the floor with her and eat food so that she would eat with me, because she was devastated when we lost him. And it was just really weird thinking that she is the same age away from Ponyo that Day Day was from her. It's kind of cool to think about. Okay, back to the shawl. So I woke up this morning. There is a person that works with my daughter who we're going to say is LGBTQ. And I'm not going to go into details about this person because it's nobody's business. But this person's been real cool with Juju. And I sat up in bed this morning, and I don't know why I was thinking about this person, because Juju doesn't necessarily talk about them. And I was like, I'm going to make them a rainbow shawl. And I was like, that's kind of a weird thought. I don't know this person, but I felt it the second I opened my eyes. I'm going to make them a shawl. And I mentioned it to Juju. And she just looked at me kind of weird. She's like, okay. I was like, would that be weird? She's like, I don't think so. I said, I asked her a question that we're not going to go into, but I asked her a question. She's all, yeah. And so I was like, all right, well, I think I just felt like when I woke up, I felt like that's what I wanted to do. And she's all, okay. And I said, now, one of her bosses is super, wow, I overshot that. Yeah, I did 2 rows too many. I should have stopped when I measured it a minute ago. There we go. Where are my scissors? I just don't throw here. Anyway, this boss has been very mothering to Juju. You tell she's a mom. She's not, I don't know if she's my age or older. I don't know how old she is, but Juju had really, really just raging tonsillitis a couple weeks ago. And this specific boss was like taking care of her and making sure she was okay, putting her on a job that didn't require her to talk so much. And also when Juju had pink eye really bad, she's had a rough year. My child has. She called in and she told her boss one of her bosses that I have really bad pink eye, and the boss thought she was lying because this other boss is she's a whole tool bag. Like I don't like her. She does these things at work where she's like, oh, we're having a cookie thing and everybody's required to do a cookie, to bring a cookie, and we're going to do a contest. And my daughter's allergic to cookies. She can't eat gluten. And Juju told her this several times, and this boss just kept ragging her. Well, you could go buy some from the store. You don't have to eat them. No, because she can't even handle the flour. Her hands break out. Her allergy to gluten is a little bit worse than mine because she was a baker. She went to culinary class, and the teacher made her a baker. And I have told this story on the channel before. She's like, she signed up for it because she really was interested in being a baker or doing culinary. And when she signed up for the class, we were just in the beginning stages of learning that she actually had the same gluten allergy I did. So we were doing like the food testing and all that crap. All the crap I went through. And so I emailed the teacher straight from the bat, like, she can't taste. I don't know what to do. We might need to switch her out, but she can't taste the food. She can't eat gluten. She's allergic to it. And he's like, yeah, I understand. I got a shellfish allergy, blah, blah, blah. Made her a baker. He made her a baker. There's a lot of things he could have made her in the class. Made her a baker. She would come home and her hands would be inflamed from touching the flour. And my hands do act up like that, but my hands never, I've baked a lot of things in my life and I never noticed that it did what her hands were doing. And she'd have to take her ring off because her hands would swell. So I had to get her out of that class. But anyway, yeah, we got our sleeves done. That's the front. Now comes the easy part, and I just need to work in the round to extend it so it's longer. Like I said, the tutorial is done. Anyway, so like I said, there's a boss that she has that she just doesn't like. When she called in for pink eye, the boss was like, you can come in anyway. She's like, do you not realize pink eye is highly contagious, and I will bring in the note from the doctors that says I should not be at work. And so when she came in, the boss saw how bad her eye really was and was like, oh, well, I guess you weren't lying. I thought you were lying about having pink eye. Well, the other boss, the nice one, was also like mothering her and be like, oh my God, are you okay? And asking her about it. And she's also asked Juju about the car accident and kept up with Juju's new car and asked her how she likes her new car and, all kinds of stuff. Like she really likes my daughter, and she's put my daughter up for a couple of awards at work, and she's just a really nice lady. So I told her, I was like, why don't I give you this really pretty blue shawl I'm making, and you can give it to her for Mother's Day, because she's a mom, but she's also been a really good boss. And it doesn't have to be weird, just like, here, I got this for you. My mom made it, whatever. Doesn't have to be weird. Like, here. And she was like, okay. But yeah. I don't know why I woke up and immediately that was my thought, is I want to make that a one person a rainbow shawl for Pride Month. And I want to make something for her boss for Mother's Day. So, I mean, I really don't want to be stockpiling any more wearables and all that, so I might as well start passing them on. And then I got a bright idea. And I don't know if I'm going to do this or not. A musician that I follow, that I've talked about on the channel a lot, that I've actually met in person, his name is Jake Wesley Rogers. I thought about making him something and sending it to him because he finally got a P.O. box. I asked him about a P.O. box 2 years ago when I met him, and he didn't have one. But I was thinking about making him something because he's very flowery and very eccentric, and I just feel like crochet just fits his personality. And I'm not doing it for any other reason than I felt like I had a spiritual awakening at one of his concerts because it was so beautiful, and um, I don't know. His music has meant a lot to me. And I also shared when I broke my leg, I was really struggling because I felt like it was hard when I broke my leg. I was in pain. I couldn't lift myself. My husband couldn't lift me. I was struggling to do anything by myself. I was very just feeling sorry for myself. And then Jake Wesley Rogers released a song called Window, and it is a very touching song about somebody going through something, and the lyrics are some along the lines of, I can't remember right now because my brain is trying to count and think at the same time while I'm talking. But it says, when the walls have gone gray, I will build you a window. And he posted the song, and I responded. I made a comment, and he shared the comment with video of him waving. And it was almost like and I know he don't remember me. He doesn't know I'm not special, none of that. But it felt like he saw me, and that he was sending me a message that it was going to be okay, and that sometimes I know you guys understand, because sometimes I'll say something in the video, I'm like, yes, I'm talking to you, because I want you to feel that too. I want you to understand that somebody out there cares. And that was just what I experienced, is that he cared. And so I feel motherly towards him because of some of the stuff he has been through. And his music kind of has given words to some of my feelings and experiences through life. And it's just crazy when you find an artist who literally writes words from your thoughts and soul, It's rare that someone can write music so beautifully. And he sings like an angel. He absolutely does. And he's wild and crazy, and he's just unapologetically himself, and I'm here for it. And because I met him, me and Juju have this running joke. We do how there's 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, like there's 6 degrees from everybody is 6 degrees from Kevin Bacon, because you can pick a random celebrity and say, okay, well, they know someone, they worked with someone, and then they connect it, and it's 6 degrees away from Kevin Bacon. Okay. Me and Juju play that game, and because we have met, and I hugged, and I had a conversation with Jake Wesley Rogers. He went on tour with Brendan Urie, which is Panic at the Disco. So I'm like, okay, we're 2 degrees away from Brendan Urie. And Brendan Urie and Panic at the Disco, they all know Fall Out Boy, which is my favorite band of all times. And I'm in love with Patrick Stump. So I'm 3 degrees away from them because, they were Fall Out Boy actually discovered and brought out Panic at the Disco. So I'm like, all right, I'm only 3 degrees away from Patrick Stump. And I'm 2 degrees away from Elton John, because Elton John is friends with Jake Wesley Rogers. Because Jake Wesley Rogers, the first time I saw him in concert was at a Panic at the Disco concert. And he came on stage, and I was like, what in the Elton John reject am I seeing? Because he looked like Elton John. He did. He was dressed like him. He was very flared out. And I was just like, what is happening? He had these big, giant platform fluorescent orange boots on and a leisure suit. And I was like, and he sat at the piano and played. I was like, what is this? And then he said something in the concert that it broke me. It broke me, and I wanted to run on the stage and hug him. And it was just a story that I related to my relationship with my daughter. And it broke me. I literally cried when he said these words. And I looked at my daughter, and it was a Panic at the Disco concert, but he was the opening act. And I looked at her, and I was like, it was so, I apologized to her because of what he said. Because I had said the same words to her, and I was like, I didn't realize. So, yeah. 2 degrees away from Elton John. Cinnamon Stitches. And if you've ever met Cinnamon Stitches, you're 3 degrees away from Elton John, and that's pretty cool. Because I have met a couple of you. See? 3 degrees, Elton John. And Elton John knows everybody, so we're 4 degrees away from a whole lot of people. Right? I'm 4 degrees away from Eminem. And it's crazy because Eminem and I are both from Detroit area, so. I actually knew of Eminem before the rest of the world did because I've told this story before. There was a little, we called it the corner store. It was called People's Market. It was down the street from our house. And we would walk down there, but we'd have to be careful because like a lot of unsightly people went to that store. We'd go down there and get our bottle of Faygo Pop, bag of chips, and a couple boxes of candy for $1. I'm officially turning into my mother. I used to be able to get soda. Oh, she said pop too. Pop and chips for 50 cents. And I'm over here like, well, I paid $1. And now you can't even get a bag of chips for $1 anymore. It's crazy. Or a soda for that matter. We went down there and this was when Eminem was literally... Bentley heard a noise outside and jumped off the kitchen chair because he was sleeping on the kitchen chair. And it scared Scarlett, and so they both jumped up and started barking. Because it made a loud... That was Bentley jumping off the chair. They're all scared. And it's time for Lucas's shower. And I still haven't eaten dinner, and it's 7 o'clock. Actually, I have barely eaten anything today. I should probably do that. See, we're about a half an hour in. Oh, there's some sales going on at Premier Yarns. If you made it this far. Oh, talking about Eminem. Anyway, Eminem, before he was Eminem, he was just M and M, like the candy. And then Mars made him change his name. But he had CDs for sale in the corner store for like $10. And I was like, who is that? And my cousin was like, you never heard of Eminem? No. We didn't listen to the same kind of music though at all. And then when he blew up, I was like, hey, I know him. I mean, I don't know him, but I heard of him before he was famous, before Dre ever invented him. Yeah. Listen to me name dropping. Like I know somebody. Oh. You hear Lucas laughing maniacally upstairs. You would think there was a whole crowd in there with him. I went to Ollie's today, and it's Kayla's fault. So I went to Ollie. I was watching Kayla, and her and Big Daddy are shopping around Ollie's, and I'm like, oh, she picked up a little gnome that looked like her husband. And I was like, why didn't you buy that? It's so cute. I never finished watching her video because I was like, I want to go to Ollie's. So I got midway through right where she picked up the gnome. And I was like, hey, kids, you want to go to Ollie's? And I got the kids some snacks. And I wanted to get the gnome that looked like her husband because I thought it was cute. It has little blue jeans on and like a flannel shirt. So stinking cute. We had gnomes, but we had like 4 gnomes. They also didn't have any gluten-free snacks at our Ollie's. Unlike her store had gluten-free Oreos. We had gluten-free Oreos, but we didn't have the mint ones that were in her store. And Juju loves the gluten-free mint Oreos. And then she also had Glutino, which is a gluten-free brand crackers at her store. And my store didn't have that. So I got some garlic pepper because I'm out of garlic. And the price on the regular garlic powder was too expensive. So I got the garlic pepper. And I got some bagged popcorn for Juju. I had a little bit. And then I bought myself some pork rinds. And I don't know if I'm actually going to eat them. because the idea of pork rinds sounds really gross to me. But it is a low-carb snack that if I'm absolutely having a bad craving for something crunchy, pork rinds do in a pinch. But they're not my favorite. And I'm not interested in them. And I got her some Albanese, I think is the brand name. They're the only gummy bear that is actually certified gluten-free. And I got some snacks. Oh, and I had to get little man some underwears because he doesn't know where any of them are. So I got him some underwear, and underwear are cheap there. I was surprised. I got a 5-pack for $5.99 of boxers for him. It's a really good deal. Walked out, almost spent $100 on something I didn't plan on buying, but Juju just texted me. She's probably getting off work early. She said nobody's at her work. They always send her home early when it's slow. So yeah, made an Ollie's run. I had fun though. We went out with the kids, and the lady who was checking us out was a full-on comedian. She said she was 62 years old. She looked like she had a rough life though. She didn't look 62. She looked older. She had blue hair, which I already was loving. She gave me a full stand-up comedy routine while checking us out. And she's telling me about, because Lucas is standing next to me. He's all, I want. I said, I'm going to tell you what my daddy used to tell me. He goes, what? I said, put want in one hand and shit in the other and see which one fills up fastest. And she laughed and she's all, I've heard that one before. And then she's like, my daddy never said no to me. He told me to go ask my mom. And then my mom would tell me to go ask my dad. And then he'd send me back. And then pretty soon I went back and forth 8 times. And I'm standing in the middle of the room waiting for an answer. And I said, I'm not leaving until one of you give me an answer. And she said, I always got away with it because I was one of the youngest. Of 17 children, she was the 3rd youngest. 17. And I was like, holy crap. And then she started making jokes about the hills of West Virginia. And because she doesn't live up in the hills no more, she's considered the rich cousin because she wears shoes. And she went on and on and on about her family reunion was nuts with no squirrels. I was just like standing there. She gave me a full routine while checking us out. I was like, well then, I'm glad I left the house. It was an interesting time, I will say that. Oreo, stop licking my leg. But, yeah. Hello, Benjamin. Benny. You want to talk to me? Ponyo brought a stick in through the doggy door. Every day she goes finds a new stick in the backyard. She brings it through the doggy door, and some days she can't get it to fit, but she's learning to turn her head to come through. She goes over to the doggy bed and chews it to bits and pieces, and then I have to sweep the floor and vacuum the dog bed, and this is an everyday routine for her. But at least she's chewing sticks and not furniture or shoes or crochet hooks or my eyeglasses like Scarlett did when she was a puppy. And yes, she has toys to chew on. She likes chewing on sticks. She likes the satisfaction of that crunch, crunch, crunch. Just funny. So, yep, that's what's going on today in Cinnamon Stitches Landia. 1, 2, 3, 4. Also was watching a little bit of the Lori Vallow trial. And if you don't know who that is, I'm not going to go into details, but it was funny because she's representing herself, so she's pro se. And she's acting as her own attorney. Just stupid. She doesn't really know what she's doing, and she keeps letting her emotions overrule her. So she gets up there today, and her and her husband, who she's accused of conspiracy to murder, were in the process of separating divorce, and apparently he was on the apps and found a date, and he went on a date the day before they killed him. And so the woman who went on a date with him was on the stand and talking about conversations she had with him, phone calls, the date they had the night before, etc. And oh, Lori didn't want to hear that. She got up there. She was real, like, just sassy. She was asking questions and implying that the woman dated married men, and it was crazy. I was like, what is wrong with this lady? She's making herself look so stupid. She's making herself look guiltier. I mean, she's already guilty of sin, but, like, she looked guiltier. And the jury is not going to be happy with that. It's not. And I was watching Jumpsuit Pablo for a little bit, but I had to turn him off because he was getting a little too interrupty. Like, I was trying to hear what she was saying, and he was making jokes. I'm like, I'm just going to turn the channel. But he had on some cowboy hat get up on today. It was so funny. It's like, what are you doing? It's just nonsense, silliness. But who am I to judge? I crack jokes while I crochet. I'm the official sit-down comedian. So, yep. Ponyo's crunchy crunching. I'm actually going to let you guys go because I probably need to eat. Like I said, it's 7 something now. I also probably need to call my husband back because he called and I had my tablet running while I was filming the tutorial. And apparently my tablet is connected to my phone somehow, which I don't remember doing this. So my tablet started ringing. I had to pause the tutorial and I answered the phone. And I was like, I can't talk right now. I am in the home stretch. I was getting ready to start the straps for this. I was like, let me just finish filming this tutorial. I'll call you back. Give me an hour. And of course, it's been over an hour because I wanted to record this ain't a members video. I wanted to record a video for tomorrow. So yeah. My Premier Yarns order shipped. So that should be here in a couple of days. I'm kind of excited about that. And then Mr. Cinnamon's like, he went to Joann's while he is in traveling. He's all, I bought you some yarn at Joann's, so I'm going to have a Joann's video next week. I didn't buy it. I didn't pick it out. I don't know what he bought me. So we're going to have yarn porn next week. And, oh, stretchy stretch. She's trying to get up here. Ponyo, you want Grammy? Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. And I hope you're enjoying these blog style videos where we're just hanging out in between me filming the tutorial. Tomorrow should be business as usual because hopefully I'm done filming the tutorial and I can just edit it. Hi. We don't have to worry about it. Are you saying hi to everybody? Are you saying hi to everybody? She talks on video calls, so if somebody calls and talks on the phone, she will go up and give them kisses. And especially if it's either RJ or Mr. Cinnamon. Ma'am, she's forever putting her butt in my face like she's a cat. Anyway, I'm going to give that a break. I'm going to go finish dinner for me and Lucas. Fix Juju a plate for when she gets home from work. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.